Many CSS properties require you to specify a size, such as a width or a height. Pixels are the most common unit of measurement. In this lesson, I'll clear up some misconceptions about pixels and talk briefly about other common units of measurement. First, it's important to define what a pixel actually is. Originally, a pixel meant one of the tiny dots that make up a computer screen. It still does, but the dots on modern screens have been getting smaller and smaller to improve the quality of pictures and text. So this type of pixel is referred to as a device pixel. This is an important distinction because the pixels used in CSS measurements are not the same as device pixels. If you think about it, this makes a lot of sense. The original of this image is 600 pixels wide. But if the pixel measurements depended on the size of the device pixels, the image would shrink on a screen that packs twice as many device pixels into the same width. So to create a level playing field, all browsers treat pixel measurements the same. As a result, this image should be displayed at the same size on any screen, regardless of the size of its device pixels. If you come from a print background, you'll be used to measuring in points. There's a common misconception that points and pixels are interchangeable. They're not. Points are much bigger. 1 pixel is equivalent to 0.75 points. Incidentally, px is how you write pixels in CSS. In addition to pixels, there are two other widely used measurements. M is a measurement borrowed from typography. In CSS, it's equivalent to the height of the current font. So if the current font is 16 pixels, 1m is 16 pixels. If the font is 24 pixels, 1m becomes 24 pixels. Working with m's can be difficult, especially for beginners, but it's useful to know what they are. Percentages are also frequently used for elements nested inside another element. The percentage size is measured in relation to the outer element. When setting measurements, there should be no space between the number and the unit. Dreamweaver automatically formats the code correctly, but you need to be careful when hand-coding or editing existing code. If you leave a space like this, it won't work. Browsers will ignore the size. The px must come straight after the number like this. Use pixels rather than points for text. The browser has to convert points to pixels anyway. Use points only when defining styles for printers. CSS supports other physical measurements such as inches, millimeters and centimeters, but they should only be used for print styles. Dreamweaver's CSS Designer has options for other units of measurement, but I suggest you focus on pixels, percentages and possibly ems, as they're the most widely used and they're supported by all browsers.